In the 6th chapter of Matthew, what's called the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus pulls his disciples aside and tries to teach them to pray. And Jesus began by teaching his disciples to pray by saying, "Our Father in heaven." Welcome to one of our videos from St. Mark's Episcopal in Dalton, Georgia, and all those joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome today. I want to talk about Joseph. We in the Episcopal Church like to celebrate the saints of the Christian Church. And this coming Thursday on March 19th is the what we call the feast day for Joseph, the father of Jesus. Now, we don't know very much about Joseph and about his life in the Bible. Most of what we know comes from the Gospel of Mark. And in Mark, as you probably remember, an angel of the Lord visits Joseph and tells him not to be afraid that the child that his fiancée Mary has was conceived by the Holy Spirit. Now, Joseph did as he was told. He went ahead and married Mary, and then later had the angel of the Lord appear to him again after Jesus was born and told him to take his family, take Mary and Joseph, and flee to Egypt because Herod was out to hurt Jesus and to hurt the baby Jesus, all this. Now, after Herod had passed away, the angel of the Lord again appeared to Joseph, this time while he was in Egypt, and advised him to go back, but to be careful because still Herod's son was still running Judea. So Herod bypassed Judea and went up to Galilee and relocated his family to Nazareth, as we all know that. Now, the Bible teaches that Joseph was a righteous man. Again, not much is known about him. In one part of the Bible, it says that he was a lot of people think it's a carpenter, but it's a Greek word called teton. That means he was more of like a builder. All that. We also know he was from the lineage of David, as we're told that in a couple of places in the Bible. But one of the things we do know about Joseph is that he was very obedient and trusting of God. When the angel of the Lord appeared to him, he did what he was told. He was open to mystical experiences in this, but he played even though he's a minor character in the Bible, he played and plays a supporting role. It's a very important role because Joseph was the guardian of the incarnation. Repeat that. Joseph was the guardian of the incarnation. Bad things would have happened to Jesus, and he may have even been killed, and to Mary, but Joseph took care of them. He took them to Egypt, and he took care of them during these early first years. Now, obviously, we don't know what the relationship was between Joseph and Jesus, but we know that it must have had a great influence on him because when Jesus was taking his disciples to pray, he said, "Our Father." Now, notice he didn't say my Father, he said our Father, because Jesus actually had an example through Joseph, apparently, of an intimate relationship, of a relationship where you could trust somebody. And that tells us what Jesus thought, who God is, that God is a loving Father, and we are God's children. So we don't often think of Joseph. Again, he plays a very small part, a supporting part, in a great story. But he is an example to all of us because when he was called, he was obedient and trusting. Joseph did his job. He was the guardian of the incarnation, the guardian of God come to life. And for that, we will say, thanks be to God.